Hey there, Arc Hunters. This is Grimwyrd coming at you with another Defiance FAQ video. This time we're going to be looking at weapon skill and how to get it higher and what it all means. So if we go to our character page and go to our stats tab, we have our weapon skills. As you can see, I've got 14 in assault rifles, and that gives me a lot of little bonuses. 4% reload, 3% crit multiplier, 8% recoil, 10% melee damage, and 5% effect trigger. And that's the chance that my gun will actually set somebody on fire if I have a fire-based gun. So going up in weapon skill not only gets you a lot of little bonuses here, but if we run over to the pursuits, if we look at something like going Commando 3, you can see that I need to reach a skill level of 10 with infectors. And so there's a total of 12 different pursuits here under combat that require you to level up various guns and get a lot of kills with various guns. So how do you get that skill? If we take a look at this sniper rifle, you can see it's got its own individual experience bar. So the way you get weapon skill is by leveling up individual weapons. So this, if you have it on full screen, you might be able to see that this sniper rifle currently has 445,377 experience on it. That means that I have done 445,377 damage with this gun, and I should note that that is damage to monsters that give me experience. So for instance, things that don't give you experience, which are things like pheromone secretors at hellbug events, or the hellbug eggs, the hellbug chrysalis at little hellbug missions, or right now, and I don't know if this will change, but right now, hellbugs, or basically any major Arcfall event, the individual monsters that you kill do not give you experience, and therefore they do not give you weapon experience. You just get one big lump of experience for your ego units at the end of the Arcfall event, but you do not get any kind of weapon experience from most of the Arcfall events. The exception there are ones like the 99er minor events and the, I think, Raider minor events. Those minor events, you do actually get individual XP kills for, or XP gains for killing those NPCs, and so you do gain weapon skill at those Arcfalls. So that's a key point to remember, is that you have to be getting experience for whatever you're shooting. So if it's just like, you know, a weapon crate that you need to destroy in a mission, or if it's a hellbug at an Arcfall that you're not getting individual experience for, then those don't count towards this. So what happens when you max out this bar? A couple things happen when you max out this bar. So if we take a look at a couple of weapons here, this VBI Invader, you can see I took it up to 836,100 out of 836,100. So again, that's how much damage I did. And I got an extra little bonus here. If we look at this infector, there's this space underneath the bar that does not have a bonus in it. Whereas if we look back at this one, I now have an extra bonus here. So I got a bonus of plus 20% grenade refresh on a full reload when I maxed out this gun. When I maxed out this gun, I got a bonus of plus 4% ego power duration on a critical kill. Now, some weapons are occasionally changing the random bonus that they get. Some quest weapons are, every time you log out and log back in, it'll be a different bonus. But in general, once you max out a weapon, whatever bonus you get is the bonus that will be on that weapon from then forward. So if we go back to taking a look at this weapon, when I get this bar maxed out, I will get some random new bonus that will go right in this spot here underneath the weapon bar. That's the good thing about maxing out a weapon. The bad thing about maxing out a weapon, and this is crucial, is that you stop gaining weapon skill experience with it. So if this bar is maxed out, you are no longer gaining any kind of weapon skill, any kind of this weapon skill experience with that weapon. And so that leads you to doing things like this, which is buying a whole bunch of cheap green assault rifles so that you can just level them up and throw them away, or break them down, or sell them. And so for instance, what I'll do is I've got these green assault rifles all ready to go. They only take 870,000 damage to max out. So I'll go into a co-op. I'll go into the co-op with overcharge as my build, as my decoy power, and I will try to do as much damage to as many things as possible. And usually one trip through a co-op takes care of pretty much a gun, and it gives me plenty of this type of experience as well. And then when the gun maxes out, I just sell it or break it down into arc salvage and move on to the next gun, and then the next gun, and the next gun, and the next gun. So what can I say about what type of damage here? Melee damage doesn't count. So when I do a melee strike with a gun, you can actually just watch. Here, let's actually do this. So I'm going to shoot the skitterling and watch the damage floater come up. If I can hit the darn thing, I will do 1271 damage, because that's how much damage this gun does. And we should see that this number here, 445,377, goes up by 1271. So it should go up to 446 something. So let's do that. So 1271, and you saw the experience floater come up as well. So that kill counts. And if we look here, I'm now at 446, 648. So I did 1271 damage, and I got 1271 experience for this sniper rifle. This tells us another thing, and that tells us that overkill still gives you credit. Skitterlings don't have 1271 health. So even though I one-shotted it and did more damage than it took to kill it, I still got 1271 experience. If we were to see if there's a mutant over here. The other thing I can show you real quick is that crits count. So for instance, I just did 4,605 damage to that mutant with a headshot crit, and I'm now at 451,253. So doing more damage with a crit counts. However, I just did a couple of melee kills, and I'm still at 451,253. So melee kills don't count. So if you're wondering how I think I know the things that I'm telling you, that's the kind of things I do to check and see how the system works. I look at the gun, I shoot things in a variety of situations, and verify how much experience I'm getting. Some people are claiming that they are continuing to get experience on maxed weapons. So they are claiming that they're getting weapons where, even though... Stupid hellbugs. So they are claiming that even though they are getting, they claim that they're still getting weapon skill even on weapons that are maxed out. As far as I know, that is a bug and is not the way things are supposed to work. In fact, if we take a look at Intel help progression weapon mastery. Each weapon can be mastered by using it. Once a weapon is mastered, a new effect will be unlocked, but the weapon can no longer be used to earn weapon experience. And then under weapon skills, it says each weapon is associated with a particular weapon skill. Every time an Arc Hunter successfully uses a weapon, they are rewarded some skill points to the appropriate skill. As players earn skill points, their weapon skills improve, granting them bonuses to all weapons associated with that skill. So if anybody is continuing to get experience on a mastered weapon, then that's probably a bug. And I think some people on the PlayStation 3 were saying that they had some weapons that they thought they were continuing to get bonuses on, but I haven't seen that, so your mileage may vary. So I think that covers it. I think a main thing here is that these big major arc falls here, if I go kill these hell bugs, the individual hell bugs don't give me experience, and so I don't get any weapon skill from them. Same thing with this scrapper major event. The major arc falls, these scrappers don't give me any individual experience when I kill the individual scrappers, so I don't get any weapon experience. But there are some types like the Prosperity in 99 minor event for the 99ers. Those, the individual monsters, give you experience, the red bar at the bottom of your screen experience, and so you do actually receive weapon skill from those events. Yeah, so that's I think pretty much all I can say about it. Change your weapons when they max out, do lots of damage, and make sure that you're doing lots of damage to things that give you experience. A great way to level your weapons is to make yourself an overcharge build and do co-ops, and that maxes out your weapons pretty quick. And other people are finding gimmicky ways of doing it by finding a mission with a particularly interesting boss and then repeating the boss over and over and over again and doing lots of damage that way. There's going to be gimmicks out there, but I'm not going to go into the gimmicks because they'll probably just get nerfed anyway. So just make yourself an overcharge build, or even just doing the Shadowed Strike and build with Cloak. Just any build that does a lot of damage, and go do co-op, or if you're soloing, just go and solo and kill. Anyway, I'm babbling now, so I'm probably running out of things to say. I hope this was helpful, and good luck with your arc hunting. Later.